Aquarius, welcome to May. We are still reeling from the solar eclipse, lunar eclipse, grand cardinal cross in April. But you can be the steady rock that just watches other people around you go into a little bit of their drama or upset around different things, or just see people changing. Now, the solar eclipse on the April 29th happened in what's called your fourth house, your solar fourth house. So that is the rock foundation of who you are. Yes, it's early upbringing, childhood, subconscious, but it's the foundation. So what's your foundation? That's the message for you, is really what's your foundation and how good is your foundation? Is it strong? Is there a crack in it? You know, just a small crack in a cup, you bang it against the counter, it's going to shatter. So make sure that the foundation in your life is really strong, whatever that means for you. Whether it's financial, whether it's your work, whether it's your friendships, create this foundation. And emotional too, it's deeply emotional. Have an emotional sense of foundation. And the full moon on the 14th will illuminate how well your foundation is. Is it as strong as you think it is? And this full moon energy, so the Taurus cycle is the creation cycle, it's an abundance, it's a prosperity cycle. And the full moon, the sun is connected to Sedna, that concept of where we feel that, you know, if I do this and that will happen and it doesn't turn out, and we feel conned in life, or we feel let down or deceived or disappointed. It's like, geez, you know, I thought that that would happen, but it didn't. And it's about the journey back to where do we go from there? Where do we go when something didn't work out the way we thought it was going to work out? And what can we learn from it? How can we grow? How can we make that circumstance, build upon that circumstance? And for you, it could show up around your career, your profession. Not like that's going bad or anything, but just the awareness around it. The awareness around it. And also, it's going to show up to a certain extent around how close your friends want to be, whether or not they're clingy or not clingy, and that sense of communicating with them. You know, how do you want to communicate with them? It's actually suggesting short little texts going back and forth with friendships, especially around the full moon. Now, Mars going direct on the 19th is very significant, as Mars is the faster moving planet of what's called the grand cardinal cross, of these major energies. They say it was on the 20th because it was exact, but believe me, these major planets, you can't pinpoint a specific date. They can take months, if not years, for these outer planets to manifest. But when Mars goes direct, you will see that something can start to open up. And for you, it's opening up about what you think, what you believe, and keeping an open mind. Don't feel that you have to have all the answers or know everything. That this can be a time where you discover that there's more that I want to know. And sometimes it's good to let go of old opinions, old ideas, throw them over, get rid of them, and take on something else. And not allow the old opinions, old beliefs, old thoughts to in any way hold you back of what your higher intention is. Now, the sun goes into Gemini on the 20th, late at night, but goes into Gemini. And that's an air sign. You're an air sign. That's all good. It's going into what's called your solar fifth house of fun, hobbies, joy. So you're entering into a time of connecting with what brings you joy. And it can be good for dating. It can be good for friendships. It can be good for hanging out, parties, just having a great time. And especially when the moon catches up to the sun on the new moon, which is the 28th. And that's how we're ending our month, with the new moon cycle of Gemini and rushing it into June for you, of bringing in time into your life to have fun, to do things that are enjoyable, to be with your friends, to talk to other people, to connect, and maybe if you want to create love, romantic relationships. This is a good time where that can fall into place. Now, the day of the new moon we have 2 planets that are 29 degrees moving into the next element. And the Venus is going to go into Taurus, and Mercury, which has been in Gemini, is going into Cancer. What this means for you is when Venus goes into Taurus, it's a reminder to value where you live, to value the foundation. Remember, we started off with the foundation. Is my foundation strong? To really value being able to have a strong foundation in your life, because that will give you the springboard for you to be able to go off and do the things you love to do, to be able to connect with friends, to be able to go on dates, to be able to all this other stuff, to learn more stuff. Where's your foundation? That was very important for you, and that you'll become very aware of it over the next few weeks. And then when Mercury goes into Cancer, for you, that's going to signify, get in touch with how you feel about the stuff you have to do that you don't want to do. Get in touch with, I have to do the laundry. Some people love it, but, that's not particularly my favorite thing. So whatever your favorite thing is not to do, clean the house, do this, do that, whatever it is that's more like, I wish somebody else would do it for me. Get in touch with how you feel about it. So you might already know how you think about it. I don't want to fix healthy food. But allow your feelings to bubble up. It's like, why is that true? What is that really coming from? Is it because I think that if I do that, I'm not supposed to have to do that stuff? Where's that come from? And basically, and the reason to do that is to eliminate the baggage around it, so you can have a happier, healthier life and not be doing something with negative feelings of not wanting to do it. It's like, okay, I'm choosing to do it because I choose to have it done, and I've eliminated the baggage around what I feel it means for me to have to do something that's more of a chore than pleasure. And then that will really set up the month of June for bringing in a lot more joy into your life.